Good morning, I'm Kensei and welcome to DragonTrek. Today we're going to talk about my starting date. The day I'm going to start hiking the Appalachian Trail. So, I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail in 2022. Let's go over some of the things I've said in a previous video. I discovered the trail in about 2014. The internet started teaching me more about the trail. I started thinking about if I was going to hike the trail myself without making any decision on that whatsoever. And then we came to 2019. I visited Florida. I had plans of doing stuff in the Panhandle. Those plans failed completely, but as a consequence of that failure, I decided to hike the Appalachian Trail. Having made that decision, I decided I would spend 2022 saving for the hike, and that I would hike in 2021, completing it before I turned 51 years old. In mid-February of 2020, it became clear that I would not be able to save for the hike in a year. It would take less than 2 years, but long enough that the only reasonable solution was to delay my hike a year, which I didn't want to do. And the first time I allowed myself to even think about postponing the hike a year, the first thing that entered my mind was a start date for a 2022 hike. I hadn't decided on a start date for my 2021 hike. That was not in the cards yet. I mean, it was still a year out. But the first thing that entered my mind for a 2022 start was the start date. And it was awesome. It was so good, so magical, that I instantly postponed my hike a year to get a 2022 start date instead. What was that start date? My start date is 22nd February 2022. If I turned that into numbers, it would be 22/02/2022, which is a palindrome date. Yes, I'm a geek, and that is awesome. I fell in love with that date from the first time it entered into my mind. Something that came later is I discovered an even better reason for that start date. And to explain that, I need to take you back to my childhood. My friend, my best friend and I calculated our lucky numbers. This is before I became religious, before I joined Obi-Wan in believing that there is no luck. And even though there is no luck and I don't believe in luck, that number is still the most important number in the entire universe for sentimental reasons. And what is that number? Obviously, it is 22. And another way of reading this date is 22/02/22. And how can a date be more me? That is an awesome date. My date. The only way it could be better is if I lived another 200 years old, and at that time they have decided to have twice as many months in a year. That way I could have a starting date of 22/22/22/22. But the probability of me becoming more than 250 years old is not that high. So this is my date. It is an awesome date. It is a magical date. And it couldn't be more me. I also discovered that some people write this date as 2/22/22 and have given it the nickname Tuesday. And as it is a Tuesday, It is an awesome nickname. We love nicknames in this channel. And that is my date. 22/02/2022. 22/02/2022. Tuesday. My day. A magic day. An awesome day. My start date for the Appalachian Trail 2022. Keep on trekking.